Good morning, friends. Welcome back to Astrology Today. My name is Mel Rose, and I'm here to share your daily aspects. Today, at some point at 7:23 this morning, in fact, Moon goes in opposition to Mars. And I just want to give you a little heads up about that. We might be feeling a little bit resistant to the actions that we have on our plate. And this is the day the Moon is in its first quarter when we shift from making plans into taking action. So we might be feeling a little bit grumpy and resistant about it. We might feel a little impatient, restless, or irritable. But understand that the actions that we take right now are really, they're pulling us toward that bigger, better future and present we hope for ourselves. And we really have a blessing in terms of Mercury being trine to Mars right now, and being able to help us see how our actions are going to unfold into good things. So when we start to feel a little grumpy and resistant because we don't want to take these actions, might be a good idea to sit back and give it a little consideration about what kind of growth these actions are actually bringing into our life. Okay, let's get into these aspects. Today is Saturday, September 3, 2022. The sun is in Virgo, and the first quarter half-lit moon is in Sagittarius today. This is a moment to pause, where we stop to look over the goals we've set, make sure our plans are solid, and then begin to take action toward the culmination of those goals. When the sun is in Virgo, we realize that time is of the essence, and we apply our diligent efforts to the tasks at hand. We have mutable earth and mutable fire today. Sometimes the adventure or the truth is to be found in the solution to everyday problems. On the moon side of the page today at 5:10 this morning, Moon goes trine to Jupiter. Cancer, Sagittarius, and Pisces, those are your vibes. Moon and Jupiter generally get along really well. We feel the blessings of personal growth and the security that comes with that. It's a good time to share company with people you like and trust. And then just about a half hour later at 5:37 this morning, Moon goes sextile to Mercury, Gemini, Cancer, and Virgo. Let's keep the conversations light and motivational though. Perhaps we can get to know someone better while we cooperate on the completion of some project or goal. And then at 7:23 this morning, the Moon goes in opposition to Mars, Aries, Cancer, and Scorpio. This opposition aspect right here can put us in an irritable or a restless mood. We may not be the best kind of company at this hour, so it will be important to mind how we treat ourselves and our loved ones. On the sun side of the page, at 1:08 this afternoon, sun goes square to Moon. That's Leo and Cancer. This aspect indicates the half-lit first quarter moon, currently in Sagittarius. It also indicates a moment of feeling challenged that may spur us into action, which is the whole point of the first quarter moon, after all, shifting gears from planning into acting. And in the ongoing column today, we have a few things to consider. The first of all is a new special shape. It's called a mystic rectangle. Aries, Gemini, Virgo, Scorpio, Sagittarius, and Pisces, you all have ruling planets involved here. So Mercury is opposite to Jupiter here, and Mercury is opposite to Jupiter, and Moon is opposite to Mars. Okay, so we're looking for distractions, Mercury opposite to Jupiter, and we feel emotionally resistant to doing the things that are on our plate, Moon in opposition to Mars. Mars is trine to Mercury, though, and sextile to Jupiter, while the Moon is sextile to Mercury and trine to Jupiter, causing this big rectangular shape that covers the middle of the wheel. These trines and sextiles that enclose the two oppositions give us clues as to how we can sort of get around or make the best of the obstacles that we are putting up in our own ways. On the Moon side, we already discussed having an appreciation for the growth that we feel, sharing time and space with people that we like and trust, and keeping the conversation relatively light. On the Mercury side, we are blessed from above when we take action on those things that represent and demonstrate our growth. Engage in collaborations that aid in the pursuit of that bigger, better present and future you imagine for yourself. Also, in the ongoing column, we have Venus quincunx to Pluto. You may recall that before it was Venus quincunx to Neptune and Pluto, and those two were working together. Now Venus is no longer in that sextile, that quincunx with Neptune, and Neptune and Pluto are no longer sextile to one another. So, Venus quincunx Pluto, Taurus, Libra, and Scorpio. This aspect can bring about some extremes of behavior from the part of us that seeks to attract what we desire. We may be seeking some deeper form of connection at this time, perhaps the kind that opens us up to a better understanding of our own impulses for relating. In any case, if we're feeling needy or a yearning for something that we don't understand, it's going to be important not to make demands on others at this time. The energy of the quincunx does not guarantee a positive outcome for such behavior. Additionally, we have this T-square, Taurus, Libra, Sagittarius, Capricorn, and Aquarius. You all have ruling planets here. Venus is opposite to Saturn, while Uranus is square to both of those planets. And that all makes this nice triangle right on half of the wheel, that covers half of the wheel. Venus is about what we desire, and Venus is in Leo, so it lends a tendency to show off and make grand gestures. Venus also rules Taurus, where Uranus is currently retrograde, and Uranus has been there shaking up our sense of security, especially when it comes to having access to the things we like to have. So there's this desire for a level of material security that we have to work for more than usual. And then at the other end of this opposition, we have Saturn hanging out retrograde in Aquarius, inviting us to recommit ourselves to our social and civic groups, to rededicate ourselves to the uplift and security of everyone around us. The guidance I receive here is to err on the side of what we know will work to improve our own sense of security by also working to improve our collective sense of security. Do the responsible thing right now rather than the indulgent thing. And of course, we have 6 of the 11 planets on the page are currently retrograde. These are not retrograde, but all of these are. And Mercury is getting ready to go retrograde as well. The trick of perception that would have us believing that these planets are actually moving backward along their regular course and against the regular flow of planetary motion. It is an illusion, but it is an impact. It has an impact on how we perceive the energies of these planets and how we work with them. Uranus brings about shakeups and delightful surprises. But in retrograde, we may find that we are shaking up and surprising ourselves. Chiron brings about healing now, especially in terms of social wounds. And in retrograde, we have cause to notice what has healed so that we can lower some of the personal defenses that we no longer require. Jupiter is asking us to expand within. It's an invitation to create space in our hearts and minds for the bigger, better things we seek for our lives. Neptune in retrograde clears up any misperceptions we may have been laboring under. Saturn in retrograde asks us to recommit to our social and civic spheres, and it reminds us that the uplift of the communities starts with a personal effort. And then Pluto is showing us how the big endings and beginnings in our outer lives have come to transform our inner lives as well. Coming up tomorrow, Venus makes ingress to Virgo. Why do I have it in opposition to Pluto there? That's not what I meant to put there. Venus makes ingress to Virgo. And our style of showing affection may become less showy and more demonstrative in practical ways. Wednesday, the sun goes quincunx to Chiron. I got that one right. And we may feel a need to protect our personal energies. And then the full moon next Saturday in Pisces will grace us with an opportunity to show gratitude for how far we have come. And that's it for today's astrology, friends. Thank you for tuning in. Please like my video, subscribe to the channel, click the notifications bell. I post here every day and I wouldn't want you to miss a thing. For a longer, less formal version of this reading that includes further insight from Tarot, please check out my other channel, Astrology Today and Tarot with Mel Rose. The link is in the description. I appreciate you all so much for tuning in. My love and gratitude go out to each and every one of you. And I will see you all back here tomorrow for more Astrology Today.